It's the last race of the 2024 FIM Moto-E World Championship in 2024. We've already crowned a champion in Hector Garzo just a couple of hours ago, but now it's all eyes ready for the final race of the year. Hello everybody, welcome to race 2 of the Grand Premio Red Bull di San Marino e della Riviera di Rimini for Moto-E. Another 8 laps ahead of us then. There's Lucas Tulovic starting in 9th position. Matteo Cassidy won earlier on in the race, but it wasn't enough for him to take victory. Let's check in with our commentary team as well about what they think of all the action.
Some showdown, Elliot. Kevin Zanoni obviously sitting so promisingly in race 1 before a late disaster struck. I'm going to go with Alessandro Zacconi. I know I picked him in race 1, and well, he came within what, a tenth of a second of victory earlier today, so I think Zacconi could finish his season in fine style. Jack?
Well, I'm torn between two, whether it's the former world champion Matteo Cassidy or the newly crowned world champion Hector Garzo. I just think there's something perhaps maybe about Hector that he's the type of character where he'll really want to win this one just to make sure that they know he is the new world champion. So I'm going to go Hector from 8th on the grid.
Bold choice. But yeah, if race 1 is anything to go by, he should not be ruled out. So a little less pressure for a lot of these names going into the race, but still quite a few championship positions to determine going back from 2nd. And still a lot of pride, a lot at stake on the line in terms of end-of-year bonuses, and the team championship still to be confirmed as well in favour of Intact GP.
Yeah, what is their advantage? What exactly is that? 21 points. Well, that is absolutely terrible. Already understand that one. Also in the championship, as we do say, the Riders' Championship, very, very close between Oscar Gutierrez and Kevin Zanoni for 3rd. Only 3 points separating them, and they line up next to each other on the grid as we do cut to the number 99.
Yeah, well, we're all set to go then. Ready here for the final race of the year. The green lights at the back. Red lights for one more time. Moto-E is underway in 2024, and it's a good start for Eric Granado. He comes up the inside stop. Zacconi and Torres going through. It's Matteo Cassidy leading into turn 1. Miguel Pons has made a fantastic start, but will lose out Oscar Gutierrez, who was so strong earlier on in the championship. He comes back through into 3rd position. Cassidy leads as Spinelli moves up ahead of Matteo Ferrari. All looking good so far. A little bit of a twitch around. Yeah, not too bad though with 8 laps to go. Cassidy, Granado, Gutierrez, Zacconi, and then it's Zanini, Torres, Tulovic, Pons, Garzo, our champion, down in 9th position. Then it's Andrea Mantovani in 10th as they come up and turn in. Very nicely done on the opening lap, and so far no one looks like they've gone out wide. So yeah, a decent start, a better start, which I'm liking as they turn in. Just keeping on the brakes a little bit. Cassidy holding through. Granado will touch back, and the two the two teammates of the LCR team's going to be side by side. There goes. Well, this is going to be interesting. Zanini gets past Zacconi, so that's going to take a deep breath. Zacconi's trying to fight back as well. Coming around the outside, there comes Jordi Torres as well. So clean start for everyone.
Zanoni, who showed a lot of dynamism in the earlier race today. Zacconi already coming under a bit of attack from Jordi Torres and Lucas Tulovic. So Zacconi having a bit of a slow start here. What a pace this is, though, from Matteo Cassidy. The Kevin Zanoni in 4th is nearly a second back of Oscar Gutierrez already. Already looks like we might have a 3-way fight victory.
Yeah, lightning race lap 1 then from the two LCRE team riders, as Granado in particular looks really racy towards the end of the first lap here. Looks like he might be wanting to make a move on his teammate. Of course, championship is off the table now, so, well, Eric can do as he likes, and it looks as though the 51 is lining something up here down into turn 4. Will he go to the inside? He does indeed, but not quite late enough on the brakes this time. Cassidy holds on.
Yeah, we know Cassidy, one of the latest breakers in this Moto-E category, just about holds on down into turn number 4. The likes of Zanoni and Zacconi will be very hopeful that Cassidy and Granado start fighting it out amongst themselves. You can see Granado shaping up to make an overtake down into Quercia, into turn number 8, but he declines to do it just on this occasion. Jordi Torres also looking on the inside of Alessandro Zacconi. And Garzo, well, he has managed to get past Miguel Pons, he is now up into 8th position, but already looking as though he's out of the podium fight.
Well, Cassidy covers the line going into turn 10 there. Doing a very good job to keep it nice and tight through Tremonto as they fire onto the back straight. Granado will look to get in the slipstream coming down towards Curvone, turn 11, but he'd be a brave man to make a move through there.
But it's 3 wide. That's going to be coming in. Gutierrez touching the green, twitching the bike like crazy. Tulovic gets a track limits warning as well. Cassidy just holding in that lead, but the two teammates are not going to hit each other. They're going for the team championship. Gutierrez has been given a track limits warning for that. Spinelli's down 5 places on the overall order there at the front, but Zaccone does a 1:40.113 as they come across the line. They're changing over time and time again, faster and faster and faster as they come across it. Then Cassidy on a 1:45.22, Zaccone on 1:40.113. He's 0.4 of a second faster in that sector alone as they continue to fight through. Gutierrez looking to the inside. Eric Granado is going to defend his teammate Matteo Cassidy to all he has got. Braking hard, turning in. Still, Zaccone's coming through. There's Zanini with a 1:40.113. As I said, that fastest lap. Gutierrez and Tulovic with those track limits warnings. They're the only two so far. Now Eric Granado's got one, our P2 runner. As they come up in towards turn 8. Torres thinking about a move on the inside of Zaccone. Wasn't really played off that much either, unfortunately, as they continue to be on the attack. There's the inside line. Yeah, that's it again. Gutierrez defending further back as well. He's trying to attack and then he's holding his own bike. And he can tell he wants to be on the defensive line. He doesn't want to do this same in, same out manoeuvres. So he's going to hold it through as long as he can. Into turn 11. Again. Not too bad. Okay. 5/10 the moment. Gutierrez and Zanone up there. 4/10. Then it's 0.031, 0.149. So there's a gap still increasing there. Out of the last corner, up towards the line. And is there a distance between them? 0.545. The gap down now by 0.044. So this is 5 to go. The gap increasing at the front still. This is an incredible race.
On track with the 1:40.1 last time around. Hector Garzo actually was down in the low 1-minute 40s as well. So the recently crowned world champion is making a bit of a late play to attach himself onto the back of this lead group, which would make it an 8-rider scrap. Tulovic and Garza though just a little bit away, and you can see Zaccone getting well wide coming out of turn number 6 just there. Onto the back straight.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be out that wide. These new Mazzano style curbs, they're wide for a reason, because if you go over them, well, you're definitely losing time. So yeah, Zaccone, not ideal there picking that one up. He's going to have to be careful, because I'm sure if he does that once more, he'll receive a track limits warning as well. As so too is Nicolas Spinelli down in 12th. Not going well for Spinelli, of course, who won the final race of the season here last season, as now we see Gutierrez.
Yeah, Gutierrez finally looking for on the inside at turn 11, not going to get through there, I'm afraid, my friend. Still, everyone twitching together. They're just going to hold it. They wouldn't risk it at this stage of the race to have any problems with it. So the gap would be 9 points in the championship. What a shame it would lose out overall as well. Out of the last corner then. They give it the old boot over the line. Well, it could still be an opportunity to go on the attack. 139.942. Ferrari 139.862. Gap changing again.
In Moto E, and he's down in 9th.
Yeah, incredible stuff. Ferrari was actually the quickest rider at the end of race 1 earlier today. Just a bad qualifying yesterday really has hampered his hopes. Qualified down in 10th, but once again showing that, well, the 6-time winner at this Mazzano World Circuit in the Moto E category still has something to give to this class.
Yeah, we used to coin him Mr. Mazzano. He used to be dominant around here. It certainly hasn't been quite that way in 2024, but once again showing that he's still got the speed locked in there, just need the pieces of the puzzle to come together and slot into those positions. And I'm sure that next season, if we see Matteo Ferrari back in this championship, he'll be back on form.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's just passed Hector Garza to go up into 8th place, so good stuff again from Ferrari. You just wonder if Casadei, he's trying to manage his tires and make sure that everything is in order for him to have a decent late attack, because he's not setting the world alight. You can see the rider in 8th and 9th, they're considerably faster in this lead group, and is Casadei just trying to control the pace before launching a late attack and to try and break clear?
Oh, change for a second. Gutierrez got through somewhere. That must have been during those 3 fast rights coming down towards turn 14 there, the kind of bus stop hairpin before these final 2 left-handers. So now it will be alarm bells for Casadei, as you say.
Yeah, Casadei needs to hold on for that position at the front, but he's not going to. So alarm bells ringing every which way around on the monitors right now as they come down in towards the braking zone again, holding that inside line. The Magic Cup has started. I'm really surprised actually that Goodwood's been so far ahead. We'll have to. Well, yeah, okay, that's not me. That's me doing a couple more this afternoon. That's fine by me. 3 to go. Look at Granado trying to look left and right to get ahead. Eric Granado will not stop Oscar Gutierrez getting the lead of the race. He will attack with every opportunity coming out in turn 7, down towards turn 8. Open up that throttle and just lunge out. You've got so much electric power underneath you. You can just really risk it late in the brakes. Try and go deep in. Still going to be on the outside. Still going to be on the attack slightly as they try and come back through. Yeah, Casadei lifts up. Granado trying to look round the outside. Gutierrez is going to have a little bit of a lunge at the exit here. That's not gone well for Casadei. Casadei's got a really bad exit. The bike is twitching everywhere. Gutierrez is going to slip on the inside line down towards turn 11. And Oscar Gutierrez takes the lead of the Moto E race here in Mazzano. Beautiful lunge around. Now the team's championship should still be mathematically in contention, so it's not really going to move much. Garza gets ahead. Oh, I think Lucas Tulovic has crashed. He has. I heard him. There he is. He's gone out there and right underneath us in the pack here. Lucas Tulovic has gone down from 7th position in this race. He's got it back up and should be able to get started again, but that's a bad end for Tulovic there, unfortunately. 2 to go then here in the Moto E season. Let's check in with the commentators.
Showcase his speed all throughout the season after such a big crash in Mugello earlier this year, and that's a shame to end it on a bum note here in Mazzano. But back to the front, Oscar Gutierrez does indeed lead with 2 laps to go. Tell you what, I don't think they're going to have the pace to be able to get right onto the back of him to where they need to be to make a manoeuvre.
Yeah, Casadei was half a second slower than Gutierrez last time around. The question is, has he just been conserving his tyres for a late race push? And the way he's shaping up to try and attack Gutierrez would suggest, yes, he has. Here he goes down into Quincia, turn number 8, one of the favourite overtaking hotspots on this Mazzano World Circuit. Not quite close enough on that particular occasion, or maybe he just chose to stay in second. But Casadei certainly making Gutierrez work, putting him under all kinds of pressure.
Yeah, I think what I said 30 seconds ago was definitely wrong, is now Gutierrez has made his own error and gone deep into Tremonto, launching onto the back straight. He'll look to get in the slipstream to recover from the error immediately. And can he do it down through into Caverne? No, not quite.
Down to Caverne at 14 and 15. They'll have to give it back through. So Casadei retakes the lead. Gutierrez now falling back into the clutches of Granado. It'll be one more lap of the Moto E season to try and get something from it as well. A lot more action and a lot more interest is coming through as they will push hard out of the last corner. And pulls that throttle back ever so slightly. One more lap then of Mazzano, and Gutierrez wants to wrap up this season with a victory. So does Casadei. Garzo's already the champion. Gutierrez wants to make it 4 wins in his rookie season. He's through on the inside with a much better comeback. Oscar Gutierrez takes the lead. Unbelievable. The rookie is on course for a 4th win in Moto E this season. A stunning ride as Torres ran the outside of Kevin Zanone for 4th position. Brilliant job from Jordi Torres there. They continue to rise up down the back stretch. And the 99 is in the lead, but here come the 2 LCR E-Team bikes. Zarcone's in the middle of it as well. That's all getting a bit messy further back. Zarcone's been dropped out to 8th position. Garzo goes through. And it's only the final few sectors now. Ferrari ahead of Garzo and Zarcone, as I said, down to 8th. Gutierrez holding the front. He might have another race win under his belt here in Moto E. They will continue pushing long and hard into this one. Final sector coming up for Moto E in 2024. This amazing World Championship, which has given us such fantastic racing, now delivers once more into the last few corners. Pulling said throttle back into the last corner. Good, yeah. Granado doesn't do anything. Matteo Casti can't. Oscar Gutierrez wins the last race of the year for Moto E. Matteo Catene is second. Eric Granado is third. Torres fourth. Zanoni fifth. Matteo Ferrari is sixth. Hector Garzo seventh. Alessandro Zarcone is eighth. Andrea Mantovani ninth. 10th from Miguel Pons. Nicholas Spinelli 11th. Alessio Finelli is 12th. Maria Herrera 13th. Kevin Manfred 14th. Chaz Davis 15th. Amano Pontané 16th. Lucas Tunovic 17th. But Oscar Gutierrez wins again in Moto E and confirms himself third in this year's World Championship. Garzo's over the champion, and LCR are the team's champions this year. We'll stay with it until the end of the broadcast. Let's check in with our commentators.
Chats after this race and a look back on some good battles throughout 2024.
Yeah, Hector Garzo may have won the championship, but I think Oscar Gutierrez, the surprise and certainly the brickyard star of the Moto E 2024 World Championship, manages to jump up the order and finish the season like he has performed pretty much throughout it, impressing and performing spectacular last lap feats. And to beat Mattia Casadei in the Italians' backyard really does take some doing. As you said, his 8th consecutive podium. Casadei has won here in each of the past 3 years. What a ride that was, coming through from 6th on the grid. Well, we saw some MotoGP heroics earlier coming through from the second row. And Gutierrez has made his own effort of that here in race 2.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Just a shame that they didn't quite get the setup right in the first race. I'm sure he'll be disappointed with that one because, of course, potentially there was the chance of pinching second in the World Championship. First was a long way to go, being 49 back coming into today with only 50 on the table. But yeah, phenomenal turnaround from that first race of the day, which really was a difficult one for Gutierrez to win here in the final stop of the 2024 Tour.
Yeah, he confirms his 3rd place in the championship as well, which is good for the Spaniards. Disappointing for Kevin Snoney, who just missed out on that 3rd position. But I think on the balance of play, Gutierrez, considering that well, he's won 3 races now in 2024. Probably just about deserves that 3rd place overall. Brilliant stuff from Oscar, and great as well from Eric Granado. First double podium that he's had all season long. A really troubled year for the Brazilian, but he's ended it in some style here. And a great day overall for the LCR-E team as well. Didn't quite manage to knock Intact GP off the top perch in the team's championship, but still managed to cement a really strong second.
Yeah, fantastic job from the pair of them today to, as I say, cement that 2nd place in the championship and actually levelled it 343 points apiece with the open back Aspar team, but I presume that one is count back on podiums and victories. So yeah, fantastic job there from LCR to grab 2nd in the team championship. And I believe, in fact, we can hear from the teammate of Oscar Gutierrez just winning that race. We can go down to El, who's with Ryusei Yamanaka.
I am, yeah, Ryusei, you know Oscar really well. What a race win for your teammate in MT Helmets. Talk us through that race for us. How are you feeling?
Well, I saw he's really strong on the braking, especially turn late. He catching a lot, and he gave it a good pace in the last lap, and last lap was amazing for me.
Thank you, Ryusei.
Thank you.
Next to Ryusei there and Elliot down at Parc Fermé. Great to see Eric back in really strong form. Of course, it's been a difficult season with various injuries and incidents throughout the races. I know that, of course, he had to take some extra time to heal after a bit of a whack to head in one of the rounds this year, and of course that has been something that's plagued his career in the last couple of years, some head injuries. So it's great to see Eric still got that pace and still be able to fight right at the front in Moto E, and I'm sure that if we see him back next year, finally that might be the year where Eric does indeed go and put it all together, because it's come so close before. We might just have to next season.
Yeah. Maybe unknown to Eric, but Oscar Gutierrez's late move on Casadei for the lead ensures that he remains the most winning rider in Moto E history. 11 wins, Casadei with 10. He was vying to equal that record in that final lap, but just didn't quite have enough for Oscar Gutierrez. Celebrating with his MSI squad. What a season it's been for them, coming into Moto E for the very first time, much like they've done in Moto E, or sorry, in Moto 2. It's been a brilliant introduction to this electric series. They've showed that they mean business. You have to imagine they'll be back again next year and stronger than ever.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how things develop in the coming months with riders confirmed for 2025 Moto E season. But I'm sure, as Neil says, the Actis MSI squad, whoever their riders may be, will have a strong lineup and fighting for race victories and hopefully a championship once again, because that is the caliber of that team. Done a phenomenal job in the 2024 season. And so many teams. We've of course seen the Aspar squad have great patches of glory throughout 2024. So too the LCR team, as you look down there and see both of their bikes in Parc Fermé once again.
Thank you.
And indeed, we can talk to the first of them as well. Eric Granado rounding out his season in style with another third place. He's down with that.
Yeah, Eric, a great job here. Double podium in Misano to end the season. How you feel?
Yeah, I feel so good. It's amazing to be here in the Prix Fermé, both races. It's the first time this season, so this is amazing. It's very good to finish the season like this. It was a very difficult one for me. I always had very good speed, always was there on the top, but something happened in the races and I couldn't finish where we are now. So yes, the team did a great job this weekend, both riders in the podium in 2 races, so this is amazing. It's just a very good motivation for the future. And now, like always, I need to do it in Portuguese. Bom, estou muito feliz com a corrida. É muito especial estar aqui de volta no pódio, nas 2 corridas, primeira vez esse ano. Foi uma temporada muito difícil, mas eu não desisto nunca. Eu sou um cara que sempre continuo trabalhando e me dedicando, e o resultado está aqui. Fizemos aí a primeira fila, 2 pódios, ótimo trabalho da minha equipe. Obrigado a todos aí de casa que torcem. Vamos para cima, que ano que vem tem mais. Valeu.
Great job, Eric.
I won't pretend that I understood everything he was saying in Portuguese there, but nice words from Eric Granado nonetheless.
A nice burnout too.
Exactly, yeah. What needs to be done at the end of the season. And he is right. He has qualified on the front row 4 times this year, qualified in the second row 3 times. He has always been there in terms of speed, not quite in terms of results. Great race again from Mattia Casadei, double podium at his home round, and he's in Parc Fermé with Del.
Yeah, Mattia, great race, double podium here in Misano. How you feeling after that?
Yeah, very happy about the victory of this morning, and unfortunately we missed the second win for nothing, but it's the race and we do our best. We finish the year very strong, and it's very important. I'm happy for this, and thanks for all. Nothing. See you next year.
See you next year.
Bye.
Indeed we will. We will see Mattia Casadei next year as he comes back to try and steal back the crown that he has so unfortunately lost this year. Of course, at points this year we thought, well, it might just be the Casadei show once again, but testament to the run that Hector Garza went on in the second half of the season. Found the purple patch and the consistency when he needed it to overhaul a great champion like Mattia. And as he says, 2025, he's coming back for that crown. And here's a rider that I'm sure if he is back will come for that crown as well. Oscar Gutierrez wins the final race of the season. He's down with that.
Oscar, I think that setting change worked that you mentioned on the grid. What a race, what a victory to end the year on a high.
The best way possible to end the year, especially after race 1. I told you we did a risky change on the bike, but I was feeling really bad. And yeah, I told with the team, we were checking studying the data, and we go back to the same bike as all year. And yeah, I think since the the first lap, I say, okay, this is my bike. Let's enjoy the last race of the season, and what can I say? No, amazing feeling. Thanks to my team, because I think for my first year is a good year, and now we will work hard for next season, and we will make a better 2025.
Great job, Oscar. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, you would have to agree with Oscar Gutierrez. What a rookie campaign it's been. 3 victories, and 3rd in the championship run-in as well, up until the penultimate race. I don't think many people would have been predicting that back in Portimao. Gutierrez lacking, what, 5 years of experience compared to the likes of Mattia Casadei and Eric Granado. At times was making it look the other way around.
Yeah, did a miraculous job, it has to be said, and particularly with so many times where he turned up to a circuit where not only did he not have knowledge of the circuit on the Ducati Moto E machine, but perhaps didn't even have knowledge of that circuit at all.
Yeah, and this being one of them, he obviously had knowledge of this track, but compared to the likes of Casadei, his home track, Gutierrez was coming into the weekend saying it's going to be very, very difficult to beat a lot of the fast Italians in the series. Yet, here we are in race 2, and Gutierrez has managed to do it. A 3rd victory of 2024.
And it's telling as well when you look at the score sheet. Of course, he only had Moto E experience of Austria and Barcelona last year. And Barcelona, well, that was the place where he picked up his first win in Moto E. And Austria, well, he picked up another win and his first ever pole position as well. So if he comes back next year with experience of all these tracks, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, he mentioned to me on Thursday that he was actually set to stay in Austria, I think through until the Sunday. But after the disaster in race 2, when he crashed out with just 2 corners remaining, out of the lead as well, he said he just had to get out of the country pretty much immediately. Couldn't stand sticking around, had to go and clear his head. And well, that worked, because he came out swinging there in race 2. End the season in fine style. And really, if you're looking back at the championship, Jack, I would probably say it was that double header at the Saxon Ring which probably swung it in Hector Garzo's favour, because he had probably the best weekend of his career just then. A double victory in really tricky conditions. We obviously had the dry race 1, which was truncated by a lot of different incidents, and then we had a wet race 2, and that was obviously quite tricky for the likes of Casadei, who had a really bad day at the office on that particular occasion. A pair of 9s, and it was a tricky day as well for Oscar Gutierrez. So I think that was maybe the day when the title swung in Garzo's favour.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one, absolutely. And I think Garzo as well is my rider of the year that has finally realised his potential. We've always seen, in whether it's in Moto E or in Moto 2, he's got the potential to do good things. Been on the podium many times in seasons past in Moto E, and of course podium in Moto 2 as well, and some other strong rides. But this year really was the year where he finally put it all together and made it work. So for the final time then, we'll bring the riders out onto the podium. And it's a great pleasure to welcome Eric Granado to the podium after a really turbulent year. You have to say this is probably one of Eric's more turbulent seasons, and Eric certainly knows how to do things the turbulent way at times. Mattia Casadei back up onto the podium. Bittersweet day for Mattia, that's for sure, losing that World Championship title, but going out on a high note. But going out on the highest note of all of them, Oscar Gutierrez, the rookie, with his 3rd win of the season and 5 further podiums as well. Caps off a remarkable first year in Moto E.
So the trophy for 3rd place given to Eric Granado. 4th time he's been on the podium so far this season. Next up is the trophy for 2nd, given to Mattia Casadei. Did not quite manage to be successful this year, but 2nd overall, by no means a disaster. Nicolo Trevisan, and in the winner's trophy over for the 3rd time this year to Oscar Gutierrez. He lifts it high into the air. I can imagine there'll be some celebrations tonight in his camp. And here we have the Spanish national anthem.
championship this year has been in Moto E. A really fantastic atmosphere. It's champagne time now as well in what has been an unusual situation. My thanks to everybody who has watched Moto E in 2024. We'll be back next year, wherever the series ends up. It is Hector Garzo who is our champion, but today it's Oscar Gutierrez who's our star. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.